Yeah, you a monster for this one, man.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants. And of course, I'm your host, your YouTube messiah, and often imitated, never duplicated superstar Tim Vicious M. Gonna go over Raw this week was in Brooklyn, New York, the one and only. And for a special treat, wait, we cutting? Seriously? You guys told me we got the legal rights for it. God damn fucking production crew. First they tell me, yes, we got the rights so we can play Beastie Boys No Sleep Till Brooklyn. Now they say we can't. God damn. Nothing against Ollie. Amazing executive producer. Couldn't ask for a better person. Everyone else that has to answer to him, though. That goes for you, Wade. Anyways, Raw this week was in Brooklyn, but before we do, we're going to go into the Wayback Machine. First things first, we're going to talk about Super Showdown and then do the SmackDown Rewind, because the SmackDown Rewind is the fallout to Showdown, and, well, folks, I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong, and I was wrong. Goldberg won the Universal title from The Fiend at Super Showdown, and much to my surprise, I will admit I was wrong. I've been saying he wasn't going to since the challenge was issued. I'm man enough to admit I was wrong. But, and this could just be the optimist in me looking at the positive in it. I want you guys to think about this for a minute. They had a pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia, and they had a Jewish man win a world title in a closing main event match. So I don't know about you guys, but I kind of call that a win. You know, aside from that, also Naomi and Bayley did have a pretty good match at Super Showdown. You know, and again, I keep saying it's evolution, man. It's sometimes you can keep going forward and forward, but sometimes you got to take 1 or 2 steps back to go 4 steps forward. It happens. You just got to learn to work with it and learn how to work with it. That said, now let's get into the SmackDown Rewind. Big fallout that happened from it was, well, Miz and Morrison are still tag champs, and it's been announced they're going to defend their titles in an Elimination Chamber match this Sunday it's going to be Miz and Morrison against Heavy Machinery, Rude and Ziggler, the Usos, the New Day, and Lucha House Party. So yeah, that's, not going to lie, that actually sounds pretty good. So yeah, other than that, really, you know, they're building up more and more towards a match between Bayley and Naomi for what I'm guessing is going to be Mania. You know, so, you know, they brought back Sasha and Otis. Still, man, my heart broke for him. My heart still breaks for Otis because he got his broke by Mandy. And yeah, he's going to go and eventually tear Ziggler's head off. I can't say I argue on that. But yeah, that and the big highlight from SmackDown. Bet y'all thought I was going to skip that one, huh? John Cena came out at the closing, said, I don't have nothing for this year. I'm not going to be one of those guys that demand a spot on Mania. I'm here to earn a spot. Unfortunately, there's nothing for me to earn, so I will not be attending, which is kind of funny considering last year was the first time since John Cena's career, injuries notwithstanding and all, Cena did not perform at a WrestleMania, yet this year he had to feel the need to announce it. But anyways, at the end, he was doing the goodbye, salute, adios and all, and then the Fiend came out of nowhere, pointed, did the WrestleMania thing, he did the thing, he pointed at the thing, and then Cena just looked at him, tipped his hat, and was like, alright, you're on, bish. So, we're going to get John Cena versus The Fiend, as well as Goldberg issuing a challenge saying, now that I'm the Universal Champion, who's next? Roman came out and said, I'm next, so we're going to get Roman versus Goldberg for the title. And I want all y'all to think about this for a minute. We weren't in this predicament, and I use the term predicament very loosely, before that little fuck-knuckle Meltzer put the word out saying that they were contemplating doing Cena versus Elias at WrestleMania, and then everyone shit all over that idea. You know? So if all y'all didn't bother to go and sniff Dave Meltzer's bike seat and start throwing a hissy fit like he did, you know, for all we know, we wouldn't have these two matches right now. This is why I keep saying, fuck that guy, fuck Dave, fuck Wade, fuck Brad, fuck all of those dirt sheet writing fuck knuckles. You know? Just fuck them all. Ugh. Now, done with that, let's move forward to Monday Night Raw. And, well, it starts out with my savior, Paul Heyman, coming out, hyping up on how Brock Lesnar dominated against Ricochet and is prepared for WrestleMania against Drew McIntyre, on how Drew McIntyre is a nobody, and Paul laying it in thick on the Brooklyn crowd and laying it hard to where they're booing him heavy. He's like, don't you boo me. And then McIntyre eventually comes out, just stone cold gaze in his eyes. Not like he didn't even fucking blink 1 second the entire time, walking down, staring a hole through Lesnar. If he did, it was when the camera panned away to Brock. But got into the ring, just looked at him. And not often you see somebody have a little bit of a height on Brock, you know. Brock's about 6'3". So, and he's just like, okay. Walks off, gets ready to go and try and do a run attack. And then next thing you know, McIntyre, boom, Claymore, hits him, looks at him, like, and then walks off. Lesnar gets back on his feet, starts to stagger away. Next thing you know, as him and Paul are at the entryway, McIntyre, boom, again with another Claymore, gets back up, hypes it up now. This time, come on! 3, 2, 1, boom! Hit him again with a third Claymore. So, yeah, message fucking sent. You want to send a message saying, listen, I can hit you with this any fucking time, any fucking where, and you're gonna fucking know it. Message fucking sent. There you go. So now with that said, let's get into the first match of the night. Street Profits against Seth and Murphy for the Raw Tag Titles. Now or never stipulations, meaning if they do not win, they never get to compete for another title shot again. So, not to give spoilers, but I think those kind of stipulations tend to give away the ending. But either way, nice, quick little brawl before the start of before the bell rings and all. And Dawkins, he was the punching bag for it, which I'm not gonna lie, which was actually good in a different way. And you know me, I'm a big fan of different. I want to show me something different. You know, not in the sense of throw everything up against the wall and see what sticks, kind of different, but show me something different that makes sense. Now, normally, Dawkins isn't the guy that is the punching bag. He's not the bump taker. Ford is. Dawkins this time, though, was. Dawkins was the team punching bag. He was on the ass end of an ass kicking, and Montez Ford was the one that got the hot tag in. And it was a nice breath of fresh air, seeing it a little different, you know. Just saying, little things like that. Little things like that tend to make, you don't notice it until you notice it. And when you do, you're like, oh, shit, that was cool. But yeah, Ford, he got the hot tag. Nice, good action. I dug it. It was a good, solid opening match. At one point, Murphy, he got tossed to the outside. When he did, Seth, while he's in the ring, calls for AOP to come on down, who are all the way up at the entryway. They come down, and the ref, he's arguing with them, telling them to get out, get out, get out. All the while, Murphy's with AOP like, no, they didn't do nothing, they're good, they're good, they're good. Next thing you know, Owens comes in out of nowhere, stuns Seth. All the while he's doing this, AOP and Murphy are up on the apron arguing with the ref, trying to get him to turn, which, my biggest thing is, how do I put this simply? You had the ref facing this way. The Titantron is facing that way. So while he's got his back turned to Seth and Kevin Owens so he can't see what's going on, he could just look up at the Titantron. Well, I mean, you could split hairs. I'm just saying, that just seems like a stupid thing. That just seemed like something stupid that got looked over. I mean, if it happened on the side of a ring, like either side or away from the Tron, yeah, that could be, then yeah, okay, but I don't know, just, Either way, Seth got stunned, AOP chased Owens out through the crowd. Next thing you know, Montez Ford decked Murphy, he's down. Next thing you know, Ford gets back, goes to the top rope, hits him with a frog splash. 1, 2, 3, and your winners and new Raw Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits. Next up, we got Ricochet going against Mojo's friend, which, surprisingly, my son had to actually address to me who his name is, because for the longest time, well, y'all know, I didn't know his name, and I just simply referred to him as Mojo's friend, using air quotes, emphasizing on friend. Apparently his name's Riddick Moss. So yeah. And, well, Moss was leading pretty much right up until the break, and then after that it was a little bit of a tussle. At the end, Moss got the win with a modified neck breaker, and oh dear God, did you see Twitter flip? I'm not kidding, folks. My Twitter flipped out like, oh my God, Ricochet lost to this guy. Oh. Dude, you had fucking Seth Rollins losing to Heath Slater a few years ago. You have, people, you can't always win every match, and sometimes these losses build to bigger things. He could start going on a big losing streak. Eventually, next thing you know, just be like, you know what? I need to prove myself and start doing it's a do or die moment for me type of story angle. I feel like I'm fucking repetitive saying this, but let the damn story build a little first before you shit on it. That's all I'm saying. Now, next up, we have AJ Styles against Aleister Black. However, Uncle Allen, first things first, before the match starts, address what happened at Saudi Arabia. He was set to win the gauntlet match that was there when The Undertaker came out, got in AJ's face, choke slammed him, and then pinned him 1, 2, 3, and won the giant Saudi Arabia aggro crag looking trophy. Yeah. So either way, AJ comes out, addresses that, talking about on how, he'll take care of Taker and all that jazz. And then wants Aleister Black. Aleister Black comes out and says, whoa. Now, I know the contract said you were going to go against me, but you didn't read all the contract, because it said, first you have to go against the toughest man in this business, Carl Anderson. So then we got him and Carl Anderson, which was what you would expect. Anderson threw out a half-decent ass whooping on him. Black got the win. And then Styles said, now, yeah, you got to win against Carl Anderson, but I forgot to mention, now you got to go against Luke Gallows. And then he's got to go against the big LG. So yeah, again, what you would expect. Gallows gave him an ass whooping, but he lost because Gallows got himself disqualified. And a lot of people tend to be not liking this way of AJ being a heel, which, I don't know. Honestly, this really reminds me of a lot of those same kind of way AJ acted when he was in Bullet Club in New Japan. You can come at me with your hate all you want on it. I'm perfectly okay with that. People get mad and pissed off at me on a regular. It ain't nothing new. But honest to God, I'm just saying, the attitude, the way he's acting, the little mannerisms and all, it reminds me a lot of when Uncle Alan was in the Biz Gliz. But, yeah. Luke Gallows got disqualified, then AJ got in there with him finally. He got in there, started picking at him apart, like a vulture, picking at the scraps, and then did, boom, phenomenal form. And then, for insult to injury, Undertaker pin. 1, 2, 3. It's also been announced now, Elimination Chamber this Sunday. Aleister Black's going to go against AJ. So, there you go. There's the build-up. Boom. Next up, we got women's action. Liv Morgan, which, oh dear God. Woo. Thank God my buddy Zeke hooks me up with my heart pills. Liv Morgan against Ruby Riott with Sara Logan as the special guest referee, and I'm not going to lie, and I'm not saying this as a knock on Logan, but Logan actually, Sara Logan, she looked really natural with wearing the ref stuff. Like, damn, maybe she could be a decent ref down the road. Maybe she could be a ref down the road. But, yeah. As far as the match went, nice bit of action. Ruby was leading. Love the way Liv's working now. She's showing a hell of a lot of a different style thing compared to when she was. Damn it. Go figure. Start stuttering and fumbling over myself the second I got to talk about Liv Morgan. What's that tell you? Her ring work's improved a lot. It's nice to see that. Like I said, Ruby, she was leading for the most part. At one point, Ruby bumped into Sara, like her head hit her, and was like, what? It's not like I did it on purpose. Come on. Do the count. 1, 2, 3. Come on. And was getting in Sarah's face, arguing. Sara was like, You don't understand. I'm the ref right now. You got to listen to me. You got that? She was getting on her, and then next thing you know, Liv, right out of nowhere, boom, roll up Sara, then did quick count, 1, 2, 3. That was it. So yeah. Next up, we got second women's match of the night. Kairi Sane against Shayna Baszler. Was originally scheduled to be my future third ex-wife, Asuka, against Shayna, but Asuka hurt her wrist for all the creepy, pervy bastards out there like myself, feel free to make all the jokes that you want on that. Just, yeah, leave it at that. So in her place, Kairi said she'll take it. She's hungry. She wants Shayna. So yeah, nice, nice pace. I dug it, It was Shayna. She was leading for the most part. It was good. It was a good coming out, welcome to Monday Night Raw type match. Biggest part of the match, biggest takeaway of the match was at one point Becky Lynch came out wearing a big, fox fur coat, giant sunglasses, sat down at commentary, took Jerry Lawler's crown. She looked like she kind of dressed herself blindfolded in Elton John's closet. yeah. And yeah, either way, Shayna Baszler wound up getting the win at the end of the match. She wound up, Kairi Sane went to go for the elbow, which, again, I say this every time she goes to do it. Second most beautiful elbow drop in wrestling. Second only to Randy Savage's. And she went to go do it. Shayna, boom, feet up. Next you know, caught her, put her in the Karabuta clutch, choked her out. So yeah. One thing that I really did dig the hell out of during this match was on how, at the beginning of it, that they emphasized on how Kairi and Shayna had history dating back to NXT, talking about the shit from back then, you know, and if you know what you're, you know, it's just little things like that. So now we come up to the last match of the night. Not the closing segment though, we'll get to that in a moment. Rey Mysterio and Humberto Carrilo against Andrade and Angel Garza and Zelina Vega. Oh, good God. 3 women back to back to back, all one after another, damn near giving me a heart attack. Yeah. Okay. So, faces, they were pretty much neutralized right away at the start of the match. Really good, solid match. Great tag match. I absolutely dug the shit out of this. Humberto, he was the punching bag. And the faces wound up actually picking up some momentum and started to lead right into the commercial break. And then, yeah, like I said, Humberto, he was the punching bag for the team. You know, and that's to be expected, you know. Ray got the hot tag, started cleaning up house. Lots of good action all around from everyone and all sorts, you know. These 4 guys, they know on how to work that lucha style and they know on how to make it good. You know, I just hope that they can find a way to translate being able to put that kind of a high-paced style in with other workers, so to say. Now, the match itself, on how it came to an end, Ray wound up setting Andrade and Garza up on the rope, hit them both with a double 619, threw Garza out of the ring. Next thing you know, Humberto went up to the top. He was the legal man, did a moonsault onto Andrade, 1, 2, 3. That was it. So, your winners are Rey Mysterio and Humberto Carrilo. So now we come to the closing segment of the night. Beth Phoenix addressing Edge's medical status at the point in time. Just as she's about to say it, next thing you know, Randy comes out, just looks at her, puts his hand out like that. She just point blank, "You think I want anything to do with you after what you did to my husband? After what you did to my children's father?" And then Randy eventually gets a microphone. "You see, the reason why I did what I did, it was simple. I did it to save him. Because," and then he gave a backstory on how when he was like 19 in 1999, he was fresh, looking to cut his teeth. His dad brought him backstage one night. He was meeting everyone, got to meet Edge. Said, you know, he's looking to get into the business, and Edge said, "Hope me and you get to work together sometime in the future." And then they talked about on how Randy talked about on how they burned the house down on Intercontinental matches, on how they destroyed everyone in front of him with rated RKO. And then when Randy, with his vices, wound up burying himself so deep nobody would go near him except Edge, and he pulled him out. And then the way he delivered this promo, I know it was meant to come off in a heel manner, but my God, the way he did it, you couldn't help but understand it. I don't know, for me, I couldn't help but understand and sympathize with Randy, because the way he was saying it, he was saying, "I did it to save him, because your husband's an addict. He's an addict. If he was a junkie, you wouldn't give him drugs. If he was an alcoholic, you wouldn't mix him a cocktail. But no, he's an addict. He's addicted to the pop. He's addicted to the roar of that crowd. And you enabled him. You fed it to him. You encouraged him to keep going and doing it. What I did was to stop him so that way he could have a future. So that way he could be there for his children. I love Edge. That is why I did what I did. The way he did that though, my God. Like I said, I couldn't help but sympathize. Like, shit, yeah. He had to do that to save him. The way he was doing it. Not only that, Beth's reaction, like, she was like trying to choke back the tears. Like, holy shit. You know, that just kind of fed into it. Like, damn. You can't help but sympathize and agree. So yeah, after all of that, then Beth just looked at him, called him a bitch, slapped him. Randy, you don't want to do this. Beth gave him a kick to the gut. Next thing you know, Randy, boom, RKO, popped her down, dropped her down. Next thing you know, got out and just walked off like it was nothing. Like, shouldn't have done it. This build-up coming up with this match with Edge and Randy at Mania, and you know they're going to do it, is, oh my God, this is good. And if there's definitely one thing to probably laugh at this whole episode was that, oh my God, I did. So yeah. So folks, that is it for this week's show. So don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch some of the other episodes. Make sure you look for me on the Twitter at Tim Vicious. Also on that Facebook gimmick, Tim Ash. If you're going to look for me on my Facebook gimmick, let me know you found me on there from here. Or let me know you found me on there on my Twitter at Tim Vicious. I don't think I got Creep Drone going. Big thanks to contributors to the show. LFC Lingerie Fighting Championship. It's a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of MMA, and a whole lot of attractive women wearing a little bit of nothing. Also, big thanks to executive producer, I mentioned him at the beginning of the show, Ali Rewind Ben. He provided music for this week's show. Make sure y'all check it out. It's on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, and such. Details are down below. Also, you want one of these sweet Ali Rewind shirts, hit me up. I'll talk to the man for you. He's also out there on that Facebook gimmick. Make sure y'all look for him on there too. He Enriquez. Show him some love and support. Also, folks, don't forget to follow these cool ass cats right here on the Twitter. Asel Mulligan, Kenny Killer, DSB_IV, Diabolica RA, Sergeant Curry Pants, and Dazzy MWP. And folks, like I always tell y'all, you love me great, you hate me. Fuck you.